Alright, well, not positive if this is working or not. We'll give it one more chance. Ball cleared by Ben Hewitt all the way to the center circle. And I think we might be live. Now I have to pray that my stuff does not blow away. So we are live from Lou Fusz Soccer Complex. Thank you, Jason Ware. Have to be really careful as we try to use the iPad. The connectivity is terrible here. We're probably about 5 minutes into this game. This is the FC Raiders, the #1 ranked team in our pool, versus your 09 boys. And here's an offside penalty. I'm gonna have to take my phone off real quick to make an adjustment. So pardon me. Seth, will you come hold this for a second, please? Just point it where the action's happening. All right, Seth, I'm going to try it again. Here you go, Seth. I'll take it. Ball's back to Oppen. Oppen plays wide to Eli Bloom. Now we're rocking. South Hillmo with technical support. Raiders in possession. Yes, thank you. Siren containment. We did have one really good opportunity. This ball is put up towards Sonicson, who's in the air for it. Up and reels it in. Big punt by Oppen, looking for Miles Rolfing. It's controlled out of the air by an FC defender. Now attempting to get that ball to Trayson Woods. Far touchline is FC Ben Hewitt, future Cavalier in containment. Down to the center circle is the Raiders. Again, I may have been calling them the wrong thing. I'm a little frantic right now trying to get this up and going for everyone. The Raiders in possession. And nice strong play by Eli Bloom. Way to be aggressive, Eli. So starting in back today, in goal is Sonicson. Here's Liam Whitey starting at center defensive position. He plays centrally to Holden Hillmo, who's dispossessed. Carson Johnson, future Washington Warrior. He's also in the midfield position. Raiders in possession. Just beyond the center circle now into their attacking third. Long ball forward to number 7. It's Whitey and Sire in containment. There's Carson Coulter with a nice press. There's a cross. Very fortunate that Ben Hewitt was in the right position. This ball cleared by Liam. Here's Trayson. Trayson with the head. 15 and Trayson. Yes, go! That's unfortunately going to be a foul on Trayson. Nice aggressive play. Again, midfielders Carson Johnson, Owen Sire, Holden Hillmo, Carson Coulter, and Ben Hewitt. Starting strikers are Trayson Woods and Miles Rolfing. Just a real set piece I don't know if it's a set piece. This is almost from midfield. But definitely got strong boots, and they're just going to play the switch to number 25. Long ball in, off the head. Number 24, and that's deflected wide right. And Carson Johnson will attain this. Sonicson tries to make a play, and that's... Striker gets lost. Sonicson comes out to pressure. He's able to go around and flick that ball into the back of the net. And about, I suppose we're at about 10 minutes into the game, and these Raiders strike first. My apologies for the delay. These games start very, very quickly, and we have now lovingly started calling St. Louis one bar St. Louis. I think because of the Gateway Arch, you can only get one bar of service throughout all of the St. Louis area. So Holden will start this possession for your 09s. Carson finds Rolfing. Rolfing's dispossessed. And now Raiders in possession. Trayson gives pressure, as does Carson Johnson. Owen steps. Nice work there by Eli Bloom. Bloom finds Coulter. With the pull, trying to switch fields towards Ben Hewitt. That ball's to the center circle and right to two Raiders players. Ben Hewitt playing nice and aggressively, but the throw-in won by the Raiders. Little breeze helps a tiny bit. Game time temperatures about 95 degrees, but on-field temps probably about 10 degrees warmer than that. So we will have a water break at around the 15 to 17 minute mark. Now this is a white throw. Hewitt into Krieger. Krieger back to Sonicson. Sonicson finds Hewitt on the far touch. Charlie finds Sire. Flicks back to Hewitt. Krieger's dispossessed. Sonicson with the save. The striker goes near post, and Oppland gets a big mid on it. Talks to his teammates about what he wants. He's going to play this off the ground. Plays Hewitt on the far touchline. Hewitt past one. Finds Rolfing. That ball's defended out of bounds by a Raiders player. The white throw. We'll have our first substitutions of the game. Tate Stamp on for Trayson Woods. Eli Bloom off. He will be replaced by Ben Jensen. And possession given up as that throw-in goes off of the toe of one of your 09 boys. CJ is going to move back to a left back position. It's Jensen. Ball flicked forward neatly by Liam Whitey, and here's Carson Johnson. Plays the long ball for Tate Stamp. Stamp has one. Brings the ball all the way into the far corner. Here's a cross. Too low and too weak. A little bit of turf monster there for Tate. There's Whitey, team captain. Defense. Carson compresses. Liam Whitey, the future Harrisburg Tiger. And now Raiders in possession. Raiders are going to be happy just to wait their time. Ball gets through Whitey. Now in possession in this near corner. There's a cross. It's deflected out by Ben Jensen. think Sonicsen's there and needs to call for that if he has the position, as now we've given a dangerous team corner. But better a corner than a goal, as I don't have great perspective on Oplin's angle to that ball. So here's the corner. Trust me, it's down there. It's deflected by Hilmo out of bounds. Let's see it this way. Nope. Another corner for Raiders FC. So taking some time to gather the ball. And we'll see a set piece from this Raiders club. Here's the ball in, elevated into the box, headed wide and high. Grant Olson will make his first appearance. Actually, it's water break right now, so I'm going to allow this clock to run a couple minutes. Currently a 1-0 game. These boys will find some shade. And I'm going to mute, and I'm going to do my best to remember to unmute. Thanks again for joining us on the live stream. You're watching Dakota Alliance Soccer Club 09 boys Black 1 versus Raiders FC out of Illinois. Okay, ball now back in play. I'm assuming that my clock is probably about 6 minutes off, 6 or 7 minutes off. This ball is given up into a dangerous part of the field. Liam Whitey compresses. My blue. I wonder if I put it in the passenger seat of the car. Okay, thanks. Here's Olsen dispossessed, but that ball's cleaned up by Holden Hilmo. Now on the midfield area, into the middle third, Sire attempting to find Rolfing. The Raiders club just has excellent spacing. An errant pass is going to go to a Raiders player almost every time. This ball flicked the wrong direction. How to play off of the foot of Owen Sire, the future Sioux Falls Christian Charger. Here's our first corner from the far side for the Raiders. Carson Johnson off. Substituting in for Johnson is Dane Hike. I believe Hike was another soon-to-be Harrisburg Tiger. This ball curling in. And it's going to run out of bounds. Hoping that's called another corner. I think that was defended off of Hike's head. There's more stakes in this. corner. Sire and Hike there. There's a shot, luckily wide left. So we'll have a goal kick. Sonicson finds Holden Hilmo. Hilmo, the future Lincoln Patriot, finds Grant Olson, another future Lincoln Patriot. Drops to Charlie Krieger, Alvin Sonicson, another future Lincoln Patriot. Finds Hilmo. Hilmo on the run. Finds Ben Jensen, another future Lincoln Patriot. Jensen down the far touch. Plays long ball down the far touch line. Too strong though for Miles Rolfing, the Patrick Henry Panther. There's Tate Stamp. Stamp, I believe, an Edison Wildcat. There's Hike. Hike finds Liam. Liam's going to drop this all the way back to Sonicson. Sonicson to Krieger. Krieger to Olson. Olson on the far touch. Given space. Hilmo. Here's Oakley McMillan, future Jefferson Cavalier. Drop to this center portion of the field. Here's Owen Sire. Sire to Sonicson, and we're going to completely restart. Sonicson finds Olson on the far touchline. Olson's dispossessed. He's going to be, does a good job defending. No. So Olson's foot clips the foot of the Raiders player, and he's going to be awarded a free kick from about 8 to 10 yards out of the penalty area. It's a dangerous set piece. Ball defended by, oh, that's beautiful work. Ball defended, I think, by Jensen, and then Sonicson able to wrap it up. So we attain possession. Through ball, again given up. Now FC again on the attack. We have an overlap here. Nice work by Liam. And there's one-on-one. Nice work by Dane Hike. Dane Hike prevents the shot on goal. Here's a corner for the Raiders. I think this Raiders team won the highest tier of our USYS spring league. Certainly showing their quality in this opening half of play. They won 2-0 yesterday over the Madison 56ers, representatives of Wisconsin. Ball played towards the 18. It's beyond Holden's head. Here's a shot, wide left. Sonicson appeared to be on it. And more substitutions. Christian Coronado will make his debut in this game. Miles Rolfing off. Holden Hilmo off. Carson Coulter, the future Washington Warrior, comes on. Thanks, Jason, for watching the stream. We appreciate your continued support of your prior team. Here's Krieger. Krieger to Sire. Olson. Sire. Krieger. Coronado. Coronado dispossessed. Now giving chase. Ball flicked forward. Off the foot of a Raiders player, and we'll have a goal kick. Two subs coming on for Raiders FC. Sonicson will have this goal kick. Delivers to the foot of Coulter. Plays towards Dane Hike. Keeps this ball in play. And what'd you guys say to him? There's Tate Stamp. Keeps this ball in the field of play. Loses possession, and it's directed back to the keeper. Now into the midfield area. Carson Coulter right there in containment. Now Raiders in possession. Long ball. And Liam Whitey in possession. Going to play that out of bounds. This will be a Raiders throw-in. Quick throw-in here to number 57. Direct this to the center portion of the field. Number 17 is going to have a go. Sonicson right there for it. Long ball towards Oakley. Off the foot of a Raider. Over Christian's head. Liam finds Charlie. Has Olsen on the far touchline. Olsen. His passes to a Raiders player. Just fantastic spacing by these Raiders. High quality club out of Illinois. Overlapping play, and here's an attempt and shot wide thanks to the pressure of Owen Sire. Sonicson quickly plays. Apparently we have subs. Sonicson told to hold off. Long goal kick. Sonicson finds Dane Hike. Takes a little bit of a twist. You might have to dig a little bit, but they should. They're there somewhere. A little curl on that ball tricks Dane. And the Raiders retain possession via throw-in. It's Christian Coronado. Now Raiders in possession. Coronado. Nice work by Christian. Aggressive play. You don't need me to do that. I realize that you're fully capable of finding them. There should be some more big ones too. Maybe they're in the middle pocket though, I don't know. Alright, so Christian earns your Dakota Alliance 09s throw-in. Here's Tate Stamp in a striking position. Subs now for Raiders. And Hike finds Whitey. Whitey finds Sonicson. Sonicson finds Olsen. A nifty little kind of routine of passes there. Jensen tries to find Oakley McMillan. The leg of a Raiders defender is right there. They're going to come into the center circle at the midfield line. Tate Stamp converges. Attempts to, well, this is deflected towards Jensen. Oakley is rolled, and there's going to be a free kick earned by Oakley McMillan. Liam Whitey's going to take this. Plays it towards the 18. Christian Coronado's there for it. Coronado's just kind of grabbed. And we're on the counter now. Dane Hike and Liam Whitey using all their speed. Hike taken out and earns a free kick. Excellent hustle out of Hike, preventing the breakaway. Whitey's going to bring this all the way up to the point of foul. Now Sonicson behind him. Finds Olsen. Here's Krieger. Krieger has Bloom on the far touch. Bloom in possession. Raiders midfield touch. Have this way back to Krieger. Krieger finds Olsen. Bloom. Possession given up to the Raiders. Jensen gives chase. Raiders in possession on the far touch. They're going to drop. And with a 1-0 lead, they're just going to bide their time and play possession, conserving energy while making your 09s chase. Charlie steps. There's Coulter. It's possession to Charlie. Jensen. Long ball down the far touchline. This is Oakley McMillan. Oakley off to the races. Has Tate Stamp. Little chip shot would be wonderful. And that should be finished by Tate. Wow. Over the head of Hike. What an excellent opportunity we had. And now off to the races. Liam out. Great chance for Oakley and Tate Stamp. Oakley times his pass perfectly. And here's subs for Raiders. This will be a Raiders corner. As on the counter, the ball came off of Liam's foot. About 5 minutes remain in this half. Ball into the box. That's fired way over the top of the goal. This will be a goal kick for White. So I do have the colors switched. Here's Ben Jensen. Plays out to Oakley McMillan, who is offside. This quickly. Center circle. Number 15 with plenty of space. Oakley McMillan gives chase. Coulter. Oakley again chasing. Oakley picks a pocket. And he is... Wow. Wow. Oakley's tripped from behind. Play on. Play on, he says. Carson is frustrating this number 13. Probably more on that later. Cross coming. And a header into the back of the goal. Just about 3 minutes remaining. And it's gut check time for your DASC 09s. Trailing 0-2 to the Raiders. Beautiful little cross. Deflected to a spot where Sonicson can't put a hand on it. No one manning up. Sonicson finds Hike on the near touch line. Here's Christian. Back to Dane Hike. Ball's too strong off of Coronado's foot. And they're going to throw the ball in way back on the midfield line. Raiders switch fields. There's Bloom. Sonicson there for it. Another big kick by Sonicson. Blasts us towards Oakley, but that's to the foot of a Raiders defender. Dane Hike off of his knee last. just pouring off the field. Now Liam's dispossessed. Nice work by Grant Olson, preventing another header into the back of the net. Now off to the races. Here's Coulter to Jensen. Jensen has Tate. Wide open. If Tate can stay on side, he's in an excellent position. And that's halftime, folks. Your DASC 09's doing an admirable job hanging with one of the top 20 ranked teams in the nation. Although what insane algorithm GOT Sports uses to determine that, I have no idea. As your own 09 boys won a tournament 2 weeks ago and dropped about 200 places. And we'll allow this clock to run, and we'll take halftime. Yeah. So today, halftime entertainment presented by the one and only Avea Coulter. Wow. Front walkover. 6 points, 6.0. Or is it a 10-point scale? And her feet are burning, so that might be the end of the halftime show? No? Really excellent work. She learned from the best, John Coulter. And for the finale, Keith Sire also doing the splits. Thanks, Jason. Holy moly. 6. All right, Kelsey, your turn. Come on up. And away she goes. Still going, out of screen. All right, we'll be back shortly. Thanks for joining us. Into the wind next half. All right, we're back. Just about to start the second half. Starting lineups for your 09 Sonicson in goal. Hike, Liam Whitey, and Charlie Krieger. The defensive back three. Ben Jensen, Owen Sire, Carson Coulter, Eli Bloom, and Holden Hillemo, midfielders. Strikers, Miles Rolfing and Trayson Woods. The 35 minutes to go, which we hope the 09 boys can even things up, find the back of the net. We had two pretty promising opportunities in that first half. Otherwise, possession surely favoring the boys in black. Game on. Coulter tries to play forward. That's possessed. The boot ball by the Raiders. Holden is Ben Jensen. Jensen drops to Owen Sire. Sire in space. Finds Holden through two. Beautiful ball played diagonally. Cross deflected and corner one by your 09s. Let's see if I can raise this up. Get some perspective on the corner. Assuming it's probably Coulter. Big kids in the box. There's the ball in. And it's right there, but cannot be cleaned by Dane Hike. Just about gets a foot on it. Liam flicks this ball towards the penalty area. Carson Coulter's under it. Ben Jensen heads it now into the penalty box. Big boot cleared. Liam Whitey on it. A ping pong ball between the Raiders. Now Trayson Woods gives chase. Bloom dispossessed. Bloom re-attains possession. The ball is out off of Bloom's foot. Eli Bloom, future Jefferson Cavalier. Black throw. Dane Hike there for it. Miles Rolfing giving chase. Nice diagonal through ball, but Ben Jensen there for it. And flicks that out of the field of play. Black throw. Now Raiders with possession. The ball all the way back to midfield, and they're going to drop all the way to their keeper. Rolfing gives chase. Keeper slashes that. That's a handball off of 7. And Sonicson thought about coming for it. Liam quickly plays it to Coulter. Coulter to Hike. Now ball given up right at the midfield line at the center circle. 24 off to the races. Charlie Krieger gives chase. And just like that, boom, boom, boom. Raiders on the scoreboard 3 minutes into the second half. Upland cuts off the first, but the pass is laid off. That's an easy finish, as no one had full coverage. Sire back to Upland, excuse me, to Liam. Here's Sire. Possession lost. Here's Hilmo. Tracing Woods. Has Ben. That's a nice ball to Ben. Flag is down. Ben needs to keep this ball in play. Here's a cross coming. Cross fired into the midst of the keeper for the Raiders, and he quickly plays the midfield area. Cheeky little pullback pass by number 8. Tracing Woods gives chase on the far touchline. Tracing picks a pocket, but is played out of bounds. There's Holden. Drops to Liam. Hike. There's Jensen. Jensen, beautiful ball towards Carson Coulter, but is just outrun. Nice play from Jensen to Coulter. Dane, hike. Passes that ball with his head to Jensen, that's out of play. Raiders throw. Tracing. Through 2. Has Coulter. Centers just a little too deep. And the keeper's there for it. Quickly plays out. Now Tracing in possession. Finds Holden Hilmo. Hilmo is dispossessed. Siren containment. All brought forward. Liam right there. They drop wide. Bloom. And that's goal 4. On the cross. Another 3 minutes. And another goal for the Raiders. There are subs. For the Raiders. And again, Raiders just have the numbers. Get lost on that ball crossed in front of the net. All defended out. This will be a white throw. Dane. The ball never comes in. It's a white throw. It's a white throw. Dane back to Liam. Liam to Opland. Opland switches to Bloom. Bloom repossesses. Nice work there by Holden Hilmo. Krieger to Sonicson. Sonicson to Whitey. Lines. It's near touch. Nice ball played long. Picked up by number 9 by the Raiders. Cleared by the keeper into the midfield area. There's Holden to Owen. Nice job by Owen. 3 Raiders collapse on him. It's Coulter back to Holden. And we're going to bring it all the way back to Opland. Opland's going to ask his team to spread. Delivers to the center circle. Here's Holden Hilmo. Finds Carson Coulter. This ball given right to an FC attacker. And they are on the counter. Sonicson there it. It's a nice clear by Opland. Makes the decision quickly to get that ball cleared forward. Raiders possess, middle third. Now into the attacking third. Ben Jensen gives chase.
Come back up. Yep.
And Whitey
Right up the line. Right up the line.
finds Hike.
Up.
Whitey tries to deliver that towards Ben Jensen. It is errant. I think our passenger airliners, there's actually all of the cars behind me with parents. Hopefully streaming the game. Here's a strike. Sonicsen's there for it. From the comfort of their own air-conditioned vehicles. Sonicsen drops this towards the center circle towards Coulter. Maybe a little bit misfired. And again, FC in possession. Nice work by Liam Whitey. Gets a toe on that. Rolfing has Holden. Bloom. There's Rolfing towards Trayson. Trayson on the far touchline. Trayson's dispossessed. Tripped and dispossessed. Now Eli Bloom. There's Holden. Holden's dispossessed but attempts to regain. Number 3 is going to drop to 25. Jensen, pocket picked. Wow, and the speedy number 3 comes to clean up. Ben Jensen earns a corner. The Euro 9s. Again, I would assume that if Coulter is in the game, he'll take this. A lot of boys with hands on knees. Ball delivered in. And now Raiders. On Sire. Attempting to contain. Dane Hike gets a foot on it. Drops to Whitey. Whitey centrally. Holden Hilmo. Miles Rolfing. Attempts through to Trayson. Intercepted by a Raiders defender. Jensen. Big switch. Trayson coming for it. There's the midfield line on the far touch. It's a 4-0 lead. Assume hungry for more, or in this swampy heat. It's Krieger to Coulter. Hilmo maybe okay to rest themselves. Sire. Ball behind Miles Rolfing. Coulter. I think they had an opportunity to find Ben Jensen. Sonicsen up for it. He's going to allow that to come all the way in the goal area. Sonicsen has Jensen. Finds Dane Hike. Sire. Whitey. Hilmo. Too many taps. Hilmo is possessed by 2 Raider defenders. Trayson Woods obtains possession. Oh, attempted through ball to Miles. And it's picked up. Liam clamps down. There's an overlap. There's 2 midfielders not in the box. We have boys with their hands on their knees. We are not even halfway through this second half. Liam Whitey plays a long ball up. Subs are awaiting, and FC happy just to maintain possession. 2 Raiders FC players and 3 Dakota Alliance players. Oh wait, substitution. Dane Hike. There's Ben Jensen. We get these little threats. Just are not able to capitalize the speed and spacing of the Raiders defense. Here's Owen Sire. And now subs. We've got some very happy boys to be getting substituted off the field. Dane Hike off. Grant Olson on. Tate Stamp on. Carson Johnson on. I'm not sure who all came off. Oh, Oakley McMillan on. There's Oakley giving chase. Carson Johnson with fresh legs. And Grant Olson. Sonicson comes for it. Flicks this out to the far touch. And that's Henrik Eidsmo. Plays that ball forward. Has Tate Stamp. Stamp has Oakley McMillan. He's onside. Oakley, I think, tried a little, I don't know if that's a rondo or what. Goes to ground. And that'll be a penalty. Free kick. Carson Coulter just overplayed a little bit. And that's water break time. So 2 more goals have gone up for the Raiders, who have maintained possession through the majority of these first 16 minutes. We will mute as no water break entertainment is available at this time. Special thanks though to Bea Coulter for an inspiring show at today's half. Right, water break given just after subs. And this will be a free kick that they quick play for the Raiders. Drop all the way down in the midfield area. CJ. Ben Jensen, Ben Hewitt came on. After the water break. Tate Stamp attempts to be first 2. There's number 2, collides with Charlie. Number 2 maintains possession. Here's a cross. Grant Olson puts a head on it. Henrik Eidsmo to clear right to Carson Coulter. Here's Ben Jensen back to Coulter. Coulter has Oakley and Tate. That ball is given up to a Raiders defender. Played all the way back to their keeper. It was a dangerous spot, I thought, but just great spacing. Number 9 right there. Long ball down line. Liam there. Hewitt covering CJ.
Anticipate. Inside.
Directed out of the field of play. This will be a white throw. Ben Hewitt, future Cavalier. Ball gets beyond Coulter, and now the Raiders in possession. And they will bring that ball all the way back to the keeper. And you hear Krieger chanting the defense to pull. Here's Oakley McMillan on target. Yes, Oakley McMillan, way to be tenacious. And that's a good on a lazy pass. Oakley McMillan with a great heads-up play.
Stay hungry, White. Participate.
And again, I did not start the timer. My apology. I guess that's right about the 18-minute mark. Goal on, Oakley McMillan, making the use of your time and energy. Still a 1-4 ball game. So we'll see if how the Raiders react. So they had not given a goal up in their previous game. And it appears that they have increased their intensity. Less likely now. As a 4-0 lead, this ball is shot and handled by Sonicson. A bit of a corkscrew. We're on the attack now. Grant recovering. There's a shot wide right. I did not see where that ball was directed from. Assuming maybe Alpin just rolled that. Now substitutions. Coulter off. Oakley McMillan. Actually not off. He's just grabbing a glass of water. Oakley will remain on. Christian Coronado comes on for Carson Coulter. Sonicson will have this kick. Plays to Liam Whitey. Whitey to Ben Hewitt.
Move be an option now.
Coronado. Too strong.
Find a soft spot.
All out of play. And the Raiders throw. Coronado. It's off of Coronado last. Black throw.
Ball.
Grant Olson. First two. Beautiful ball to Ben Jensen. Beautiful sliding tackle by number 3. Ball still in the field of play. Here's Ben Hewitt. Oh. You're hearing some moans for a high kick. Number 10's cleats are pretty close to Ben Hewitt's face, but no call. Hewitt tends to be first. Here's Liam Whitey. Jensen to Hewitt. Coronado back to Hewitt. Has Carson Johnson. Defended by the Raiders. And the Raiders are going to try to slow down this burst with substitutions. And subs are given on the white throw. Number 11 off for the Raiders. No subs at this moment for the Dakota Alliance. 09s. It's a white throw. I'm assuming that's Carson Johnson that will be taking it. Centers. Christian's there. Finds Grant. Fires high. Still love the idea. Not had many shots on goal today, so fire away Grant Olson. Ball control in the air by Ben Hewitt. Too strong off of his ankle. And Whitey and Hewitt off to the races. Liam does a nice job slowing the attacker down. Hewitt through. Carson Johnson turns. Beautiful ball. Oakley McMillan. Oakley goes to work. Has Carson Johnson. And that is going to be White. Oh, they keep ball in the field of play. There's Grant Olson off of Grant's chest. Grant's move is too strong. The ball is deflected from Grant's chest. Look at that. Grant completely makes up all of that space in one quick run to slow down the attack, as it appeared that Eidsmo was well beaten on that far wing. That allows Eidsmo to get back into position. Now, do we have a look on the back post? Sonicson gathers that. My apologies. There's a ball from Opland to Jensen. Jensen just can't quite keep his feet. And they'll have another opportunity. Sonicson finds Carson Johnson. I really like that. Tries to find Oakley McMillan. McMillan being tenacious. Ben Hewitt keeps this ball in play. Coronado gives chase. Coronado. I like that hustle out of Christian. Just can't be there on time. Black has the numbers. They get past Krieger. Grant Olson there for it. Grant makes two good plays on the ball. That's goal number 5. For the Raiders. With about 10 minutes remaining in this game, and it's a 4-goal deficit. Subs now, Henrik Eidsmo off. Eli Bloom on. Grant Olson. Near touch to Ben Hewitt. Not being challenged. Olson. Good work, Grant. Grant earns the throw. Good, Grant. Hewitt will have the throw. Finds Jensen. Jensen to Hewitt. Hewitt flicks, and that's too strongly out of play. Raiders throw. The ball centered for the Raiders. Kate Stamp. Grant Olson. Grant finds Bloom. It's Krieger. Krieger gives the ball up. Now they have the numbers, but are offside. Just wondering if this might be an opportunity for Opland to take a free kick way up here. Like, Liam's going to defer. Charlie's going to ask. Big ball delivered. But it's past Jensen. can't capitalize on that change. Here's Carson Johnson, fires through, but that's too strong, and it's going to get all the way to the keeper. He's trying to find Oakley McMillan. And Raiders will play wide. So Johnson gives chase. Nice work by Ben Hewitt.
Keep going, Carson. Good job. Keep going, keep going.
Also out of Johnson. Hewitt compresses. There's Grant. This ball played out of the field of play. Quickly in. Nice work by Ben Hewitt. Steps a couple times. Olsen has room. Johnson tries to find Oakley, but the pass is behind Oakley. And again, the Raiders are off to it. Sonicson comes and clears. Subs now for the Raiders. There's a lot of depth to this Raiders team. Really little to no drop-off when substitutions come on. Able to keep fresh legs. A team that's obviously been playing together consistently. Now Bloom gives chase. Sonicson's there. Grabs it. Sonicson rolls out. Big ball. Big throw by Sonicson to Johnson. As Hewitt. Hewitt to Jensen. Back to Hewitt. As CJ. As Grant Olsen. Now to Jensen. Plenty of space and speed for Ben Jensen. Has Tate Stamp. Attempted through ball intercepted by the Raiders defender. Now back. Tate Stamp coming for it. Stamp is outmatched. Positioning of the Raiders defender. And again, here come the Raiders. Grant Olsen does a nice job stalling that drive. The layoff move, and here's another shot coming. Ben Hewitt clears after a toenail tap to the side by Charlie Krieger, saves a shot on goal. There's a throw in for Raiders FC. Jensen. Tate finds Christian. Christian tries to find Grant Olsen. He's dispossessed. Grant recovers. We'll play this wide towards the tip of the penalty area. Krieger there. Sonicson blocks that at the near post. Quick play on the corner. There's a cross deflected by Grant Olsen. Great possession. Ben Jensen does a nice job. Now CJ there. Again, there's Oppland. Big punt. Looking for Oakley McMillan. 57's going to allow Oakley to come all the way to him, and then he'll find the keeper. Just over Christian's head into the center circle. Grant Olsen there. And Hewitt gives chase. Now Carson Johnson there. Ball cleared by Ben Hewitt. And that luckily holds up in the brush. Raiders throw. triangulation. Kind of a thing of beauty. Ball in the far post. Tate Stamp covering. Ball booted. Carson Johnson there. It's offside. Raiders defender down. And Trayson Woods will return to the field of play. So, although he was down on the ground moaning, now is up. So, must not have been overly injured. Sonics plays to Ben Hewitt. So we call a flop in the box. I'm able to recover that quickly. Easy for me to say. I'm not running around on a 115-degree field. Now, Raiders FC in possession. Imagining we're down to our last few moments. Flag is up again. For this second half. Dakota Alliance trailing 1-5. Whitey will have this.
I know, no, I had already thought. Oh, yeah. I already thought about moving it.
Strigger. Bloom. Bloom finds Stamp. Stamp past one, lays off to Jensen. Ball down the far touch. Too fast. 16's going to round on it as Tate compresses. It's flipped out of bounds for a white throw. Tate there, this ball towards the penalty area. Oakley McMillan there for it. Oakley gets a head on it. A little shove. No call. Here's Grant Olson. Grant to Ben Jensen. Attempted flick towards the penalty area. Here's Tate Stamp. A lot of head work. And Bloom compresses. White throw earned by Eli Bloom. Sorry, Tate Stamp finds Ben Jensen, keeps that ball in the field of play. Tries to find Stamp. It's deflected by Raiders midfielder. Throat lozenges on the menu for today's announcer. That's the game, folks. Alright, so cough attack. Let's game the ball end the ball game. Valiant effort by your 2009 DASC boys. They fall 1-5 to a premier level team out of the Chicago area. We'll be back tomorrow for game 3 as we move to 0-1-1 in the tournament. And we'll face a Madison 56ers team who lost to this Raiders team yesterday by a score of 2-0. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. You've been watching Dakota Alliance